Hello, I'm standing on a bridge here, small bridge. It's like between 2023 and 2024. I'd like just to talk about the wishes I have for the forthcoming year, 2024. And I hope you have something like the same. What do I wish for in 2024? Let me see. I would like to see an Ireland where our children have a good chance of getting a job, being able to find and buy a house, where they can get an education without being indoctrinated, that men can get pregnant, that they can speak freely in their own country, that they wake up to the fact that Ireland is at a pivotal point in its history, that our national sovereignty, our national democracy has already been washed away, where laws can be imposed upon us by people from elsewhere, and there's nothing we can do about it as members of the EU. That there's a possibility. Now, the official figures is that 1 in 5 people here in Ireland are currently non-national. We know that people who are here illegally don't fill in census forms. And as we walk around the country, in the towns and villages, we see that it's becoming increasingly likely that in a number of decades, if the present regime continues, we'll become a minority in our own country. That they can go out of their homes and walk around safely and securely, and they're not afraid, and they're not cowed by an increase in crime and sexual assault, as we've seen everywhere across Europe, caused by mass immigration. So what do I hope for? Is that people realise, even if they're not interested in politics, that politics is very interested in them. And so it's in their own interest and in the interest of their family and friends and neighbours that they do become interested in politics. Now, the Irish Freedom Party is set up to bring about the national independence, freedom and sovereignty of the Irish people. But we control our own monies, our laws and our budgets. And we decide our own future. So just short term for the coming year, I hope a larger number of people will become involved with the party, help us to campaign in the local and European elections, which are coming up in June 2024, so we can send out a message to those currently in charge, the Uni Party. Let's call them what they are, be it Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Sinn Féin, Greens, Labour, Social Democrats, People Before Puberty, whatever you want to, whichever party really. And so many issues, especially in social issues and matters of so many issues, the policies they have are all the same. Why is that? Because the media class, which dominates, the NGO class, which gets the money, and the political class, well, they share the money around, they also share the ideas. So my hope is that more people come out, support the party, tell their family and friends about the need for Irish freedom, become involved, and that our immediate fight is that the referendum, I believe it's on March the 8th, wants to erase the words woman and mother from the Irish Constitution, and then inculcate this gender ideology in the schools and across all government agencies. It also seeks to redefine the family, to make immigration from abroad easier into Ireland, and so-called family reunification, which would be based on not family, but what they call stable relationships. We already have an open door, and that would just make things easier and more attractive for more people to come here, which would be very damaging and unnecessary. Another big upcoming event for the year is the European elections, of which I'm running as a candidate for the Irish Freedom Party in June 2024. So I do hope that people will come out, support the party by becoming a member, by canvassing for us during the referendum, by offering their financial support, and by telling their friends and family about the party. But 2024 is a pivotal year because we can see the growing surge of nationalism in Ireland, but it needs to be, it's just like power in the body. You can be strong, but in a sprint, you need to channel that energy correctly, that you're going forward. So as a political party, it's not already great having political views, But a political party is to get credible candidates elected into office who can do a job and enunciate political policies which are good and necessary for the country. That's what the Irish Freedom Party seeks to do. Another major pitfall we have in the coming year is that of free speech. I would ask people to continue and to redouble their efforts again to write, to ring, or to go and meet their TD and senator to make sure that they know that you're opposed to the imposition of any restrictions by the government on free speech. This attack on free speech, which is concentrated on Ireland because it comes actually from the framework of the EU, and it will be used across the whole of the European Union to restrict free speech on social media. But in Ireland it is unnecessary. We already have libel laws, etc. We already have laws against incitement to violence. So this is purely to suppress freedom of speech, freedom of debate, the transfer of ideas between people, and it's extremely dangerous. And it shows that we need to replace the political class that we have in Ireland before they replace us. That's seemingly what they're intent on doing. Another aspect coming up is about the importance of energy. Now we have a policy, you see the energy prices are going up, and that because house prices have gone up so much and mortgages have gone up, people's disposable income has decreased, and an increasing percentage of that is going on things like food and energy. And I suspect over the next few months it is quite possible that there will be energy outrages because the government, these crazy so-called green policies, shutting down newly refurbished peat-powered power stations in the Midlands, for example, leaves us short of electricity. Being dependent on intermittent sources of energy such as wind turbines makes energy, which are subsidised, makes our energy costs more expensive. And getting rid of that there's no more stopping giving out exploration licences for oil and gas in Ireland is really a terrible decision by the Irish government. So our policies on energy is to, 1, scrap the carbon tax, 2, to immediately reintroduce and get working again those peat power stations in the Midlands of Ireland, to start to give out again licences for exploration of oil and gas in the seas around Ireland, and 4, to facilitate a large state commission on the viability and efficacy and safety of both nuclear power and tidal power in Ireland. Ireland needs more energy, that we become a forefront in technology and to supply the energy needs of the country. It's very simple. On behalf of the Irish Freedom Party, I wish you and all your family a very happy and a prosperous 2024. Ask you to try to get involved to support the Irish Freedom Party and the cause of Irish freedom in the coming year. It's going to be a very important year, and we seek to give you an opportunity to send a clear message to the political class in Ireland that we've had enough of unvetted mass immigration into Ireland. We need to make Irish people a priority in our own country. We've got to stop them being treated as second-class citizens in our own country, and that our children need a homeland to come home to. Speak again, we can see clearly that the interests of Irish people are looked after much better when we, Irish people alone, make our own laws for our own good, and they're not dictated by anybody else or anybody else's agenda. So that's it for me for 2024. So come join us, join the party. It's good fun, it's very important, and it's extremely important for the future of Ireland and your children. So my name is Hermann Kelly. I'm President of the Irish Freedom Party. Go to Magatsa.